So I cover a pretty broad range of things, and the definition is pretty broad. It means making machines do smart things. And smart means, roughly speaking, more likely to achieve the machine's objectives, or the objectives that we put into the machine. I think there's a lot of progress happening with machine learning techniques, and those have been very successful, mainly at the perceptual level. There's also a lot of other stuff going on in reasoning, planning, search, game playing. So when you look at AlphaGo, which beat the human, many of the best players in the world, what AlphaGo does is a combination of offline machine learning, but actually a lot of online search. So it's arguably a natural successor to techniques that were explored starting in the 1950s. So I think one of the things I really hope people understand is that AI is a very broad and deep discipline with roots going back decades. And the current interest in deep learning is a facet of the field, which can help when you combine it with lots of the other techniques, but by itself, at the moment, isn't enough to solve a lot of the problems we care about. So I have sort of two threads of my work. One is actually making AI better, improving its capabilities, and there I work on long-range decision-making. So how do we make decisions over long time scales, particularly under uncertainty, and also the combination of knowledge representation and machine learning. So we developed what we call open universe probability models, which are very expressive formal languages for writing probability models that have they have full expressive power relative to Turing machines, and so you can use those to express lots of prior knowledge and then combine that with data and get really good prediction performance. And then the other thread of my work has to do with the long-term consequences of AI. So the main issue that I see for the human race when we develop systems that are more intelligent than us is how do we make sure that the decisions those systems make are actually beneficial for us. And the most obvious failure mode is that we give the machines an objective that sounds reasonable to us, like curing cancer, but when you actually optimize that objective using much more intelligence than we have access to, then you may see unintended consequences that could be irreversible for us. So that to me is a very serious issue. It's not an immediate issue, but it's an issue that we don't know how to solve, and we don't know how long it's going to take to solve. And if we haven't got a solution by the time that super intelligent capabilities come on stream, then we may face actually a very unpleasant set of consequences. So my goal is to figure out how to make AI provably beneficial, which means that, even though we may not be able to explicate our own objectives, the AI system should behave in such a way that it is consistent with those objectives and essentially makes us happy. So that's the goal, and it's I think it's a goal that's solvable. I really believe that with the right conceptual framework, and one of the main underpinnings of that framework is uncertainty in objectives, that the machine should be explicitly uncertain about what its objectives are, and those objectives are really to make the human happy. It explicitly doesn't know exactly what that means. And so its job is to learn what it means, and in the meantime to be cautious and only to act in ways that it's fairly certain we'll be happy with. So I got some great audience questions. I think so. It looks like the people in the audience are very current on what's going on in the field and very interested in the topic. And I'm looking forward to the rooftop party.
That's all I need.
Great, thank you.
Much.